What up, everybody? InstructaBeats back again here with our division strategies mastery check. Where we are going to be giving you some computational division problems, and then you can solve it either using your partial quotients or your standard algorithm, and we will solve it with both to check your understanding. So without further ado, let's split it open and see what we are doing today. All right, here's what we want you to take with you by the end of this, right? And if you've done other mastery checks for us, you know what this is. It's okay to fail as long as you learn from it. So when you're going through these questions, give your best effort. If you get it wrong, that's okay, right? It's okay to fail, but learn from it and figure out, okay, what was your misconception? What do you need to work on and get better at it every single day? You ain't got time to get worse, right? You only got time to get better. So let's get better today. The way this works is we are actually going to give you 3 problems. They're going to get progressively harder. They're all computational. Pause the video if you need to. We have a copy of the mastery check in the description to this video. You can print one out and try it, or you can just write them down on a blank piece of paper and then push play to check your work, to check your understanding, and see if you have mastered this concept. Now we're going to solve it using both the partial quotients and standard algorithm. You use whatever your teacher wants you to use, okay, or whatever you feel comfortable with if your teacher lets you pick. So go ahead and pause number 1 and push play when you're ready to check your work. All right, so first we are going to solve it using the standard algorithm. All right, so if I'm doing my standard algorithm steps, that's how many groups, multiply, subtract, bring down. One group of 6 goes into 7. When you multiply, that's 6. You're going to subtract and bring down your next place value. That would be 2. Okay, so 6 times, how many groups of 6 fit into 14? That's 2. You multiply, 6 times 2 is 12. You subtract, you get 2, and you're going to bring, oops, that's a little crooked, but you're going to bring down the 3. Now you start back over. How many groups of 6 go into 23? That would be 3, which is going to be 18. You subtract, and you have 5 left over, which means your answer is 123, remainder 5. So now we're going to show you doing it with the partial quotient strategy. So if you got the same answer and you did partial quotients, great. If you didn't, let's see where your misconception was. So we have 743, all right. I don't have a lot of room, so I'm not going to make my easy multiple sheet, but I will talk through it like I did. I'm going to be dividing by 6, which means my easy multiple sheet should be for my divisor 6. I'm going to go ahead and start with 100 here. Okay, that'd be 600. Take a big chunk out. I always want to take the biggest chunk out that I possibly can. I'm going to be left with 143, which is not less than 6. Draw a line, skip a line, put your times. I'm going to go ahead and do 20 here, which would be 120 when I multiply, because I'm following the steps. How many groups? Multiply, subtract, repeat. And I'm going to subtract and get 23. 23 is not less than 6, which means I need to repeat. So skip a line, draw a line, put your times. I'm going to put 3 here. That's 18. I subtract, I get 5. 5 is less than 6, so that's my remainder, right? That's what the R can stand for, either repeat or remainder. And when you add those up, that's 123 with a remainder of 5. So either strategy you use, you should have gotten 123 remainder 5. Again, use the one that either your teacher has told you to, or if you're an adult, use the one you feel comfortable with. Okay, who's ever watching this video, pick one, use it. Hopefully you can eventually do both. But let's take a look at number 2. Gotta go number 2. All right, so here I have 6,421 divided by 9. Okay, again, if you haven't done this one yet, pause the video and then push play to check your computational understanding. So hopefully you just paused it. Now you're checking your work. I'm going to do my standard algorithm first, which means I'm going to be following the steps. How many groups? Multiply, subtract, bring down. Check out our standard algorithm of division song if you haven't yet. So 0 groups of 9 fit into 6. So when I multiply, that's 0. Subtract, that's 6, and I bring down. Some of your teachers have just taught you a shortcut, or some of you adults just know a shortcut. That's okay too if you just skip right to 64. I just don't like to skip that first step because it makes sure that I keep my place values in order. How many groups of 9 fit into 64? That's going to be 7. When you multiply that, that's going to be 63. I get 1 left over, and then I need to bring down my 12. One group of 9 fits into 12. When I multiply 9 times 1, that's 9. Then I subtract. That's going to be 3. I need to bring down my 1. I have 3 groups of 9 that fit into 31, which would be 27. I subtract. I have nothing left to bring down, and I have a digit over each digit in my dividend. So this means this is my remainder. And my answer is 713, with a remainder of 4. Now let's go ahead and solve this using my partial quotient strategy. Okay, so again, same exact thing. Put my dividend in here. All right, I'm going to make that, which is why some people call it the big 7. Please don't call it that. That's not mathematical. You're going to skip a line, draw a line, put your times. Again, I'm going to talk through this like I had my easy multiple sheet, because if you're doing the partial quotient, you should have an easy multiple sheet. If you don't know what that is, check out our lessons. And I'm going to go ahead and take out 700 because that would be 6,300. Okay, and again, you don't have to use exactly the same partial products, because if you did it right, it will add up to the same answer in the end. Again, I'm following my steps. How many groups? Multiply, subtract, repeat. And I have 121 left over, which is not less than 9, so I need to repeat. Skip a line, draw a line, put my times. I'm going to say that I have 10 groups right here. When I multiply, that's 90. When I subtract, more on the floor, go next door, there you go. Get 10 more. I have 31 left over. 31 is not less than 9, so I need to repeat. So I skip a line, draw a line, put my times. And now I'm going to put 3 right here. When I multiply that, that's 27. I get 4 left over. 4 is less than 9, which means I'm going to have that be my remainder. I add my partial quotients together. I get 713, and my remainder is still 4. Again, either way you do it, you still get the same answer. Let's check out the hardest problem on our mastery check. Question number 3. Question 3 goes ahead and gets into a 2-digit divisor, right? So I'm going to go ahead and solve this in my standard algorithm. If you haven't solved this already yet, please pause the video and push play when you are ready. So hopefully just pause it, you push play, you're checking your work. I know 0 groups of 19 go into 4. How many groups? Multiply, subtract, bring down. That's 4. Bring down my 2. That is going to be 2 groups, which is going to be 38. I'm going to subtract and get 4, and I'm going to bring down my 1. Again, I have another 2 groups of 19, which is 38. I subtract. I'm going to have 3 left over. I have brought down every digit, and I have a digit over each digit in my dividend, which means I'm done. And my quotient's 22 with a remainder of 3. If you did standard algorithm but you didn't get it right, that's okay. Push pause. See where you made your mistake and learn from it. It's okay to fail as long as you learn from it. So now if I'm doing the same thing using partial quotients, okay, there we go. Put my little partial quotients over here. Put my 19 right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just start with 20 because I know 20 would be 380. Again, taking the biggest chunk out possible that I can. More on the floor, go next door, get 10 more. That's 41, which means I'm going to do 2 groups, which is 38. I subtract, I get 3 left over. 3 is less than 19, so that is my remainder. I'm going to add up the groups on my side, and that's going to be 2 10s and 2 1s with a remainder of 3. And again, I get the same answer either way you did it. So if you did partial quotients and you didn't get the right answer, go ahead and pause it, see where you made your mistake. Did you make an easy multiple sheet? Or are you trying to do it in your head, right? Always make an easy multiple sheet when you're doing that partial quotient strategy. And if you're doing a 2-digit standard algorithm problem, again, what we've taught, if you've been watching our videos, is make your easy multiple sheet. It takes a little while. It's not hard, but it will help you and make this easy. It just takes a little extra time. As always, thank you so much for checking us out. If you didn't do well on this mastery check, go back and check out our division playlist. Check out our standard algorithm song, our what is division song, what to do with remainder song, and our partial quotient division song. We would love if you would join our InstructaBeats family by subscribing. We'd love for you to hit like, leave a comment, let us know you're watching from. You can follow us on all the social media sites. Again, thank you so much. InstructaBeats out.